everyone. Welcome to Tuesdays with Tammy. And today I'm excited to have my guest, Sayonara Raymond, to join me. Sayonara Raymond is an actress, artist, and the voice behind her latest project, Journal of an Empath, where she shares her self-discovery, inner child healing, and transformational journey as an empath slash HSP, highly sensitive person through art, poetry, and journaling. Her heart's mission is to empower young women and teach them how to unlock their true potential by healing and grounding their empathic superpower through a creative outlet. My soul awakens and gently reminds me that I am a beautiful, resilient mess. I am art in its truest form. I am the artist of my canvas, and I am a masterpiece in the process of becoming. Those are Sayonara Raymond's words. Hi, Sai. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you for having me, Tammy.
Thank you for joining me. So today I'd like to chat with you about so many different things. I've been watching you and I've been watching your transformational journey, and your vibration is so positive and so endearing and so nurturing. And I thought that this was a good time to share that with people while we're in the midst of a pandemic. And I wanted to ask you, tell me, how has this all started for you?
Whew. You know, when you were reading my bio, it's this warm sensation that went all through my body of just pure joy and happiness, because it wasn't like this, and it's been 2 years since I would say, my journey into self-healing. And it all started the day that I woke up, that I figured out that something was not right. I was having constant headaches. I was not myself. I'm usually a very happy, vibrant, and just do it any kind of way and just get to the goal. But I was suffering through a lot of things that I didn't know I was suffering through. I went to the doctor and got scans, try to figure out what was going on, because it was something outside of me that I know something else was not right. And Tammy, I kid you not, this is the first time you're really telling the story. The doctor called me back in after reviewing my test and could not believe that I was still standing and walking. And what he said to me was that we need a whole team. We need to call my husband. We need all hands on deck. That at any point, my brain and my body can shut down. I want to take it as let me take like a computer as a metaphor. So I was ready to go. My brain was over capacity. And at any given point, it was going to go, because I had stuffed down all my memories, all of my hurt, all of my pain, everything that I had endured as a child, trauma, everything that you can name it. I stuffed it down so deep that I disassociated from it.
Oh my goodness.
And it was getting to the point that those headaches was like my wake-up call.
Okay.
But truly, when the doctor told me that I could go at any time, meaning that I can wake up tomorrow and not know who I am because my memory was overloaded, it did something to me in my heart and in my mind that I couldn't bear, with the thought of not being able to know who my family was, who my daughter was, who my husband was. That scared me.
Wow.
And the fear of waking up and not knowing anything changed my life, completely changed my life. It's like I stopped running. I didn't know I was running, though. That's the thing when it comes to trauma. You bury it for such a long time. You learn how to survive on those survival tactics and survival skills that you learn along the way, to just keep pushing, keep masking it. Everything is fine. Get more busy. Add more to that schedule. Everything on the outside looks great. I didn't realize that I had been wearing a mask for a long time, and that mask ultimately was going to take me out.
Right, right. Wow, that sounds really serious. And so this was 2 years ago.
Yes.
So you had a team of doctors helping you, and of course, your family, I'm sure, surrounded you with love and support. What would you say the biggest thing was that you decided to do first to help you get jump started with this new journey to healing? What is the number one thing that really jump started you?
Well, I walked out of that office because I didn't believe it.
Mm.
I said I wanted a second opinion.
Okay.
I basically was in denial. I said, no, that can't be. Like, everything is fine.
Okay.
And I never told anybody anything.
Hmm. So you kept it to yourself.
So no, there was never any doctors. There
Okay.
was never anything that I went back to. I did. And I don't recommend that to anybody, but I did not believe in it. There was a faith in self that if I created this, there's something that I have to do to get out of it, and I rolled the dice. And
Mm.
when I rolled the dice, I meant that he explained to me exactly what was happening with my left brain and my right brain.
Okay.
And part of it was that I had used more of my left side of the brain than my right side of the brain, meaning the analytical side, I had been driving it all the way down. The artistic side, I hadn't really played with. So in my creative mind, I said, well, if I stop doing all of these other things, I can use up the memory on the other side of my brain and actually allow myself to close out those tabs, per se, in my brain and start healing and healing myself. So that's exactly what I did. And I started journaling. I started to do art. I started to do DIYs. I went full-fledged into this creative space. So mail that came to the house, I no longer opened. Mm. Things that needed to do, like for me to think cognitively, step A, 2, 3, I took away everything off of my list of those things to do and started creating. And I dove into this world of artistry that it took me back to my adolescence. It took me back to my childhood. It took me back to, hey, I never remembered how much fun I had when I was painting. I never knew how much fun it was to just listen to music and dance and let go. And so during that time, my daughter was 2 years old. So I ran outside in the rain. I allowed myself to play. I allowed myself to heal through this art form, and I would say this magical canvas that I recreated.
Right.
And at the same time, I healed those parts that were still left open. You know what I mean? So the doctors, for me, it's what I needed to hear for me to realize that I needed to stop and take a break.
So
It was the fear of, I'm
so
sorry, what did you say?
that's okay. So it sounds like to me, ultimately, what jump started your healing was you being able to go back to discover your authentic joy, the authentic joy that was inside of you that had been suppressed because so much of life had literally started just putting layer after layer on top of everything and
Yeah.
smothering out those embers of joy. And so what you did was you unpeeled back the layers and you started putting up boundaries and you started blocking
Yes.
all of the negative so that that authentic joy could have a chance to regrow, because the seed was still there, right? It's always been there.
Right.
That's beautiful. Wow.
It was something. I mean, I swear, it was like something magical. It sounded during that time. It sounded really like, it like very scary, but honestly, it was very effortlessly. And when
Mhm.
I say effortlessly, because I was having so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, to be able to disconnect from the life that you create
Right.
and allow yourself just to play, because that's what I called it. Like, I allowed myself to just play again and get to know myself. And at the end of the day, it's like I always felt joy in my heart. So like you said, I blocked out everything that didn't add to that happiness. And I've always been a happy child,
Yeah.
even in my childhood. Uh, Although going through a lot of trauma, a lot of things that weren't taught to me because of, my parents, they themselves did not know how to instill those things. I always believe that if your parents missed out on those steps from their parenting,
Right.
we missed out on those too. And it took me back to even understand as a mom and understand my mother so much more. So this healing cultivated those relationships that needed to be healed also.
Mhm.
And it's the magic starts within you. And healing me heals my daughter, heals my mother, and heals anybody else around me that touches me in the sense of being in my circle,
Yeah.
because it is possible. And and it's beautiful. It's tough, it's hard, it's scary. I don't wish it upon anybody, but I do wish upon them happiness,
Yeah.
because it is possible to get there.
Yes. And essentially it healed relationships too. Sounds like.
Completely. I
Yeah.
mean, it's made my relationship again with everyone who was involved from the beginning.
Yes.
I have a better relationship with my husband.
Mhm.
I have a better relationship with my daughter. And the biggest part is I have a better relationship with me.
Oh my.
I know I'm who I am. I can look at myself in the mirror and love myself, because I was mean to myself. I
Mm.
was I was my own bully. I was my own person that said I was never good enough. The things that you tell yourself in your alone time, and things that run through your mind, and that inner voice is very mean,
Mhm.
and I had to take accountability for those things, because I myself got here. I
Mm.
myself got this mean to myself. How
Yeah.
can I like praise all my girlfriends and say how amazing they are, but yet compare myself and be mean to myself? You
Yes.
know, it had to flip. It had to switch. I had to flip the script and rewrite those things and embody that love that I have for others within myself.
Yes, you had to counteract the negative self-talk by putting some more positive self-talk, and essentially just reprogramming your mind to learn how to be happy with yourself, and how
Mhm.
to love yourself. Because as you mentioned, how can you show love and authentically and genuinely love everybody else before you're loving yourself? So for you to come to
Right.
that realization, that's a lot of growth. Yeah.
Tammy, it's worth it. I look back on my 2 years, and every day, every single night I stayed up, every single painting that I still have, every little project that I did, I was fighting. I was fighting for my happiness. I was fighting finally for that younger self. I forgave myself. for
Yeah.
not knowing. I forgave myself for, when you're in a dark space and you don't know you're in a dark space, you attract a lot of other people that you want to help, that you think that you want to be their hero. I can help you. I can add that happiness to your life. I can be your shiro. It's finally when you come to the realization that the shiro also needs a hero.
Right.
And if I want to help you, I got to help myself first.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know
Be your own hero first.
because I mean we're so I was so inclined to always help others. Because that's just what my heart genuinely always loved to do. I love people. I love humans. I think we're the greatest things on earth, and now being in this space, that I've healed, and I'm enjoying the journey even more now, because I can talk about these things and see the magic in someone else. I can look at someone else in their eyes and just see how amazing they are. And sometimes it's just that support and that love that they need, because it's change is just right after that, around the corner. It's literally just like a choice, a step.
Right.
And it's pure happiness, it's pure joy, because it's possible. It's definitely possible, and it's so wonderful, and we deserve it.
Oh, yes, we do. And I love what you said. You said it's a choice. And I don't think a lot of people realize that they have the choice. They can choose to be happy. They don't have to choose to stay in the dark or to be angry or sad. And what people have to realize is that there are certain things that we can control, and then there are certain things that are beyond our control. And once we understand the difference between the two, and we learn to let go of that which we cannot control, then we've ultimately made a choice to choose us first. And a lot of people
Correct.
are selfish doing that. And it's not selfish, it's being selfless, you know? Right.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, that you put it in. Your words are so much prettier than mine. Because it's amazing when you can just share those thoughts and share those things. And I get so excited that might get all jumbled up, because it's like there's so much more. It's almost like like that beautiful rainbow just ready to burst out of that cloud through that rain, and in the sunshine, that when you make it make sense and create those steps and make it sound so profound and so beautiful the way that you're saying it, it's like, oh my gosh, I know exactly what you're talking about, because I feel it, and it's not selfish, and we walk around for a very long time, unfortunately, thinking that it is selfish, and it's not, because just like everyone matters, we matter too.
Amen.
And we wear so many different hats that, let's get it right, like, we are badass, we are amazing women, we are, like, you put that list together, things that you don't even display out to the public, what you do, like, come on now. We
Right.
are powerful.
Right. And we have to
And
own
when
it.
we step into that power, yes, exactly. And when you step into that power, it's so resilient, because it's like, yeah, I am a bad, like, yeah, why have I been putting myself last? Yes, I need a day off. I deserve it.
Right. And we don't have to wait for somebody else to clap for us. We can clap for our own selves. So, yeah.
And
Wow.
when you get and when you get to that moment that you find your tribe, or your tribe finds you, and you find those friends like yourself, I know I have genuine people in my corner, and I can mirror what you give me, because it's the same love. And you find those people that you can really call almost like your soul sisters, that at the end of the day, I want for you as much as I want it for myself. And it will never be questioned. Like that, on that level, opens up a whole nother life,
Yes.
that we go by ourselves for such a long time.
Exactly. Can you imagine a group, a tribe of friends together where everybody's light is shining so bright and it's reflecting off everybody else's light? How powerful that joy can be. Can you imagine that? And it's so unfortunate that even today, there's still groups of people that even if they say, well, you shouldn't compete against anybody else. We should be like lifting each other up. But you still get that energy sometimes that they're comparing and they're competing secretly. And it's like, as an empath, you probably know this too, because I'm an empath as well. You can feel that energy from certain people. And what I do is I just back up. I'm like, you know what? That's not for me to solve for them. That's for them to figure out. Because maybe they may not have an issue. That might be something internally inside me where
Right.
maybe I'm feeling insecure for some reason. But because that's the energy I feel like I'm getting, then I have to back up, re-examine myself, back up and re-examine myself
Right.
to make sure that I'm giving myself the fullest advantage possible of being truly authentically me, so that I can be happy with me. And that's a choice that I'm making. I'm not going to allow somebody else's energy to make that choice for me and have me turn against everything that I'm working for. So I want to choose to
Correct.
be a light. I want to choose to be positive, and I like that in the friends that I keep around me in my circle.
And you know what? What you give is what you get, Tammy. And you know what? You've already started creating that tribe. You've already started with so many things in the last past, what, 7, 10 years that I've known you. Like, you have created so much. And even with this platform, that your tribe is being created. It's already, here. And
Yeah.
that's amazing, because I'm so thankful and I'm so blessed to be able to be a part of that, and to share that. And one thing I've always known, your feelings, your energy, it doesn't lie. You can't mask real. What you just said about how unfortunately, we sometimes have to look within other, that, and like how you said, take a break, take a step back, reevaluate, and then step forward into, because it is about listening to our intuition. It is listening to that source we have within us, that protects us at the end of the day. Because boy, that little voice is right every single time. Like that feeling. And when you really start listening to it and start listening to that soulness inside of you, the right people will come.
Yes.
The people that are going to be part of your front row to sit there and see you go all the way, because there's chapters in your life. There's different spaces for people. Some people are here for seasons. Some people are here just to teach you a lesson. We create what that is, and what we allow is what's going to be happening.
Exactly.
And I'm in that space now that even though I know I am a very sensitive person, I listen to that sensitivity even more, that I feel empowered as a sensitive person, then I'm fine with being a crybaby. Like, yes, because I feel to the 10th capacity. And when I am happy, I am 100% happy, and it's genuine.
Yes.
And it's people like us that carry that light that people try to dim. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Like, they're afraid of this.
Yes.
They're afraid, and try to nitpick you, saying, hey, how can it be possible? The people that are on your tribe that really love you won't ever ask those questions.
Right.
Because it's already understood. We
Exactly.
already know
We
that
already get
it's
it.
capable of it.
We already get it. Yes. Wow.
And that right there is powerful. That right there
It-
is like, whoo!
Well, this has been such a great conversation with you. And I want to ask you, would you by any chance happen to have a piece of art that you've created that you feel particularly connected to that you could share with us?
Yes. Actually, one of the things that through my transformation that helped me is words of affirmation. I love reminders because it's a daily work. It one day just doesn't go all the way. It's a everyday happy habits, I call it, that you have to create within yourself. So I took it off my wall in my bedroom, and this one says, "Be joyful
Oh, that's
always."
beautiful.
And
Wow.
it's the first thing, and it's the first thing that I see when I wake up.
Yes.
And when I wake up in the morning, they always say, win the morning. And when I wake up and I'm sitting there with my gratitude journal and I'm thankful for the things that has got me to this point, and able to have another morning to just do it all over again and to create the life that I want, seeing this and reading it,
Yes.
it gives me a sense of comfort and a sense of joy,
Mm-hmm.
to remind myself that be joyful, like
Mm-hmm.
always, because joy is inside your heart. And if
Yes.
I can connect with this every single day and be in that joyful bubble, nothing can break that. And sharing joy comes through reminders like this, because
Exactly.
it starts within yourself. So this is just something, I literally just got a piece of wood, I
Uh,
painted it white, and
okay.
got some of this I don't even know what the heck, this type of strings I got at the dollar store. Stapled it, and these words I got it also from the dollar store, and it's just a sticker, and I put it on top, and it looks a little, farmhousey.
That's beautiful. And I see the paintings behind you. Is that your work as well?
Yes, yes. This I did all this art during the time that I was healing, and I never put any of the art up.
Uh,
And when I looked at all the stuff, I said, you know what? It's quarantine. We're in the house. I have all this painting. Let me do an art wall. So I created my art wall.
Wow. That's beautiful. And what is that style of painting called again?
This is acrylic art pour.
I love that. I love that big one in the middle. That's my favorite.
Do
Oh,
you? And you know what? This has a gold foil in it.
okay.
And actually, it's cool that you like this one, because this one is the biggest one I've ever done, and
Oh,
I was really scared. I was so afraid of doing a big painting because it's a lot of paint, and it's a big canvas. It was very intimidating, and
yes.
I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. What? I don't have anything to lose. Like, let me just go for it.
Yeah.
And I called it Rebirth.
Okay. Rebirth.
And when I don't know if you see it, but when I really looked at it, I could see that this is a baby,
Yes. I see
and
that.
she has her hands covering her face,
Oh,
and she's growing into this beautiful, beautiful mess.
yes. It's so beautiful. I see so many different things in that. I see like a blooming flower at the top even. And when you
Yes.
pointed out the baby, the little pink that's coming out underneath. It was almost like, that could almost be like the mother's arms, like saying, I got you. Come on, you can stand
Yes.
on your own.
Yes.
Oh, there's so many different things you can see in that. Well, Sai, you have definitely inspired me to start trying to intentionally make more time to play. I have a creative streak in myself where I'm very crafty, but I have not been taking enough time to explore that more. And you've really inspired me to do that and to encourage my kids to do it with me. So I just thank you so much for the
Thank
conversation.
you.
You know, I know with my show is focused around mental health, and everything that you spoke of is just pure self-care. And I love the fact that you have been practicing that, and I like where I've seen you come to. I don't, you
Yeah.
know, there's no way I can say I get where you were. I can only imagine, and I know it was really deep, but I'm so proud of the growth that you've like gotten out of this and the healing that's there. And I know we are continuously always healing. We just have to be careful not to ever feel like, oh, we've healed completely, because then that sets us up for, feeling disappointed if for some reason we have a bad day or a bad week. So we're all continuously healing, but I'm so inspired by your healing and your growth and your strength and your, just your presence. And so I feel so blessed that you were able to join me for this conversation.
No, Tammy, all my thank yous are to you. Since day one, since I've met you, you have been you've been a vessel in who I have become, because I watched you. I watched everything you did with Girl in the Glass, and there that you've always tried to put us all in a room and put us together, to share our stories. And I never thought my story was a story, and I still pushed myself. And it was through you. And somehow it's crazy how life goes, that somehow it kept us connected, because whether it was your photography, you have been the person who photographed me when I was pregnant. And that was a very trying time for me. I have seen your growth as well. And I'm super proud of you too.
Yeah.
I want you to know that, because it's amazing. I mean, through your knee, through physical therapy, through you going through school. I mean, I've watched you too, okay? You have been a blooming flower as well. And now your show and the platform that you're creating for all of us to have a voice, you've done that since day one. So thank you for everything that you have done, for everything that you're doing today, and for everything that's to come, because it's amazing. We all need and support one another, especially in this time that we suffer in silence. It's a daily battle. It's a daily struggle. It's not easy. And you've always made a way for us to be able to have support. And I'm thankful for that. So thank you for your light.
Now, how is it that you're bringing tears to my eyes on my show? I'm like trying to blink them back here. So, oh my goodness. Wow.
No, because you are the last person to leave. You are the first person there, the last person to leave, the person to always be there for everyone else. And that, you're gonna make me cry now. That's beautiful. Because you're special, Tammy. You've been there for everybody else. You've been there, rock. And you know what? You need this platform so you can continue sharing your light with all of us, because it's beautiful. Thank you for allowing us to be under and bask under your light. And I'm just so excited for you, because I get to say, you're my friend, and like I get to cheer you on, and I love that, because I want you to win.
Thank you.
I want you to win. And there's only winning. Everything you touch turns to gold. So thank you.
Wow. That just means so much to hear that come from you, because I have actually said that to myself, and that those exact same words. Everything I touch turns to gold. But you know what? I felt guilty after I said it. I felt like, who are you? I mean, like, are you like, what's up with you? Like, why do you think that you can say that? But I look back and think, so many of the things that I've tried to do have been successful in their own right. They might not have made me a millionaire. They might not have made me famous. They might not have made my name really well known, but they were still successful because I met the goals that I set out to make. And so when I said that to myself, and I think I said it to my husband, I had moments of like, am I being, are you being cocky or whatever? And I was like, no, I wasn't saying it in that way. And so for you to say those exact same words that I said to myself is like confirmation. You know what I mean? I mean, I feel like now we're having our own little girl in the glass moment where the roles have freaking switched. Like, what's up with that? Come on. That's my role.
Because Tammy, no. I'm gonna say it for you on the Tammy show, okay? Because you can do anything. That's the truth. You know what? For such a long time, I doubted myself on this whole list of things that I do. Like, yeah, I'm an actress. I do this, I do that, and until one person said to me, Sai, what don't you do? And they said it in a very like that way. And I said, you know what? And I, of course, me being Sai, like being so like bubbly, happily, I thought of it in a positive way. And I'm like, wow, thanks. They didn't mean it that way though, but I was like, wow, that is true. Like, that's so cool to be told, like, what can I do? Let me find out what I can't do. And then it's like, I go into this whole journey of trying to find out what I can't do. And then I come back to them because I met them again. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm having fun figuring out what I can't do, and I haven't found nothing I can't do. And at that moment, it made me feel like, not that I'm an expert at this, not that I'm an expert at that. I have just been having fun playing and making it whatever it is that I want to make it out of.
Yes.
And that's what's special about you, Tammy. Everything you touch turns to gold. Everything that you do, you completely turn it like, wow, Tammy, what can't you do? And I don't even want to see that, because you can do all things. You can, and you will. It's however Tammy wants to wake up, and what does she want to do today? Who does she want to shine the light on today? That's a thing, and that's powerful to have, because we have choices. Like, you have options.
And why not just choose? Have fun. Just choose and just go.
Why not be a Jill of all trades? That's okay. Who says we need one road? Nope. And that's the thing. I have loved every single path you have created. And it's magical, because it is a canvas. You are art. You are a masterpiece in its own right, because you are creating whatever it is Tammy wants to create. And I love that. So you have also been playing too, playing with every single art form and creativity, because it's untapped. It just keeps flowing out of you. And as we grow, as we build, as we uncover more depths of ourselves, the picture, the beautiful canvas gets that much brighter and more beautiful, because now we're actually living in a journey. Right. We're living in the moment. Right. And Tammy, I love that about you. So if anybody ever, that doesn't even matter. What matters is right now, and the canvas you have created, the canvas that you're still creating, that you're still forming right now, is beautiful. And for me, it's always going to be beautiful, period. And I love that, because to build on top of that foundation that you already have, You are like Picasso paint, honey. You are just, whew.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for all those words of encouragement, confirmation, and just empowerment. I so needed it. I so appreciate it. And I just hope that I can continue, just like you, to reflect it back on others and my presence. And that's the reason why I wanted to create this platform, so that I can be a voice to reach those that are further away from me. And you're right. I woke up one morning, literally a week ago, and said, this is what I'm going to do. So I've been staying up till 2 and 3 in the morning every night, trying to create content, put this together, create websites, all kinds of stuff. And but it's exciting to me because I'm so passionate about it. But hey, listen, I don't want to hold up any more of your time, because this has been amazing. And maybe one day we can just come back and have another conversation about something.
Yes.
But because I know we can talk. But anyways, how about you go ahead and tell everybody how they can find you. Where can they find you if they want to follow you on your social media platforms, or if you have a website for your art? Because I'm sure some people might want to say, hey, do you have any of that stuff for sale, or do you teach classes? Tell people where they can find you.
Well, on all social medias, it's just my first name and last name. So Sayonara Raymond. And yeah, that's about it. Because I mean, like you, I'm still creating. I'm still putting this whole artwork all together to see what it comes out to be. But yes, if anybody would like to get in touch with me, or join me also on this journey, I would love that. We all are here to empower each other. So if I can be a soul sister to anybody else out there, my arm and my space is open for anybody and everybody who wants to, be a part, especially since I'm sidekicking with you, on your show,
No, right? We'll have to talk about doing something collaborative together sometime soon.
Oh, that'd be cool. I'm gonna put you to draw, because I know you got a whole freehand over there with the paintbrushes, so I have yet to see that.
I know. Yeah, I'm not very, very good, but I do have a little bit of talent. But I'll tell you who's really got the talent is my 14-year-old daughter. She is amazing. And I'm just blown away. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day.
The apple doesn't fall too far from the tree.
All right. Well,
thank you, Tammy.
Thank you so much for joining Tuesdays with Tammy. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not yet already. You can follow me on Instagram at Tammy_Von_Nordheim. If you have a story or you have an experience that you'd like to share, please follow me and send me a message to let me know, so that I can connect you with my team and we can get you scheduled. You can also go to my website at www.tammyvon.com. Thank you so much, and until next time, Tuesdays with Tammy. If you'd like to be a guest on Tuesdays with Tammy, please contact me at www.tammyvon.com.